Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the IMU Board of Trustees meeting for May 13th, 2024. Monica, roll call, please.
Yes. Selgrade.
Present.
White.
Present.
Smith.
Present.
Rosca.
Yes.
Voights.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, and it doesn't look like we have anyone in the audience for public comment, so we'll go ahead and go to the agenda, approval of the agenda. I need a first and second motion to approve it, please.
So moved.
Second. Okay, Doug, we'll do financials first.
Madam Chair, trustees, I appreciate you putting me on the agenda first. I said I'd sit in the back row and I can disappear when you guys are not looking. A financial report is through March 31st, which is 9 months, which is 75%. So the math is all pretty simple, and as simple as I am, I would say it's really good when the revenues are more than 75% and the expenses are less than 75%. But I think everything looks like, I usually give Chris a call, and I think everything is pretty much normal and pretty much in line. And I think, and this is how I get in trouble, but I was kind of looking at that fiber utility, and a year ago, the financial quote-unquote fund balance was a deficit of $5.2 million, and now it's down to $3.4 million. So I think that's a real positive to do that in 1 year. Now maybe there's some unusual circumstances, but anyway. That would be my report.
Okay, anybody have any questions or anything for Doug?
The only question I had is on water, the inventory looks like it's growing. We've been running around 100,000, now we're up to like 400,000.
Yeah, so that was during COVID. We couldn't get meters, and so actually those were ordered by Lou. We ordered a little over 1,000 water meters, so that's where the inventory jump has come from.
And you're finally getting them?
We've got them all now. Yep.
Okay.
So it's just they're coming in different batches. So we're in the process of replacing meters when we can. So
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Okay, anybody have any questions or discussion about claims? Or the minutes? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello. I would like to notice for the record that the minutes included in today's packet are not the correct minutes. The correct minutes from our previous meeting will be included in the next meeting packet.
Okay,
These
perfect.
have already been approved at our last meeting.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
So we'll exclude minutes
From the consent, yeah. Good catch. Well, I looked it up and my name was in it. I wasn't at the meeting, so I'm like, something's wrong here.
Okay, and then we've got a resolution approving pavement application number 8 for Turbine 8 Controls Project, and resolution approving payment application number 2 to Miller Electric for downtown underground conversion project, South Alley premise wiring. Discussion. Or Mike, do you have anything to? Okay. Anybody have any questions, discussion? Okay, Monica.
Perfect. Thank you. Selgrade.
Present. Yes, approved.
We know you're here.
Thank you. White.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Rosca.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. We're into electric utility action items next. Need a first and second motion to approve the resolution setting public hearing and letting for East Iowa switcher replacement project, material procurement.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Discussion and
Sure, this is kind of that we've been discussing for a month or so about the East Iowa substation where we had that circuit switcher that had failed. So we'd asked the engineer to work up a design of where we should go with that substation as far as breakers, and this is what we're bringing back. It's the material that we need to be able to replace those. We're looking at not only replacing the one that broke, but the one that's sitting right next to it. That's pretty much the same vintage. We'd be in the same boat if it goes. And parts for this are roughly 2 years out. So we would order the parts and the material, and then later on we would come back do the labor.
Okay. Okay, any questions? Okay, Monica?
Thank you. White,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Roscoe,
Yes.
Voights,
Yes.
Selgrade.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, I need a first and second motion to approve the resolution accepting a proposal for asbestos removal.
So move. Second.
So this is over at our generation plant. We've got some pipes off the old generators that need to have some of the old insulation that we found as we tested has some asbestos in it. And we've got a little bit down in the basement as well. Underneath the restroom area, we did get bids out that were hopefully in your packet. Our recommendation would be go with controlled asbestos and do both the up above on the generators and the one in the basement.
Okay.
Can you guys be in the building while they're doing that remediation?
No, we'll have to be out of there, and we'd have to notify anybody else. They'll have to post. It takes 10 days. They have to notify DNR, OSHA for 10 days, and then after that, then they can, as long as they get the permit, then they can proceed. Yeah, it'll be everybody out.
Any idea why the bids are so far apart? Usually these asbestos bids are relatively close together.
Yep, the only thing I can figure is these guys are closer and they have time to get here. Mid-Iowa was 3 months out before they could get here.
Okay.
I think they just got more work.
Okay.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, we looked it over, and they both come recommended. We asked the both Lane and out here, talked to them who they use, and that's who they recommended both of these.
Okay. Monica?
Yes. Roscoe,
Yes.
Voights,
Yes.
Selgrade,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike, electric utility informational items.
Sure,
please.
I'll give you an update on Turbine 8. Right now, the low-speed generator shaft is being finished up. Well, hopefully, I believe the 16th is when it's supposed to be done now, and then they'll have to ship it back. And then we'll, of course, have to move forward with the bearings after that out of Ohio. So we did lose about a week in there because they found out as they were doing that one shaft on one of the journals, they wanted to rework it and do it right, which I just assumed at this point, we've got this far tore apart, let's get it. So a week's not the end of the world at this point. So that's moving forward. We're still working Petrotech on the control project out there. They have now left, and they'll come back when we get closer to be able to commission it. But we've got to get the generator turbines put back together to get to that point. Transmission poles, we'll have our transmission line down next week. The contractor, which you approved here a few weeks ago, will be in town to change those poles out. And then, as much as I'm glad to see the wet weather, we are ready on this side to let it calm down. It just gets to where it dries out the day before at the end of the day, and then you get ready to go out and it rains that night or the next day, and we start the process over again. So, which is what we're doing right now. Other than that, we still got plenty of other stuff we'll be starting. They arrived today. Hillcrest lighting poles for the city project showed up today, so we've got those, and we'll start going up there.
Okay,
Other than that,
just another day.
just another day.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Okay, Justin, water utility informational.
Yeah, kind of in the same boat as Mike. We're out flushing hydrants right now, but weather is kind of pulling us back on that. We are trying to get as much done as we can between raindrops, but we will keep plugging away this month. And then also to our water main project, they were hoping to get down here this week and start potting utilities, but weather has delayed them on their other project, and so it's pushed us back probably another week or so. Good thing is the materials have arrived, so we can make it down here, we're ready, but until the weather cooperates, we're kind of on a standstill.
Can't do much about that. Okay, Kurt, communications utility informational items.
Yep, our, we're kind of business as usual, installs still plugging along, every week, so, still getting good numbers there. Locates are ramping up, finally here, in May. We cleared 40 of them today, and there's still 15 on the list for tomorrow, so they're coming in hot and heavy right now, so we'll see what happens here in the next couple of weeks, so. Phase 3 of the NOPA 7 project will be coming your direction for approval before too terribly long. We're going to start working on the engineering here in the next couple of weeks with the plan of sending it out to bid again after July 1st like we've done on the last couple. So we've gotten good bids back doing a fall project, so we're going to try to do that again. So. South K and high school construction projects are going to cause some rerouting of our ICN dark fiber. So we're working with them to get things planned and coordinated. That will take a few days to splice and stuff to get all of that rerouted for them. But hopefully it'll go fairly smooth, but we will find out. Doug and KG will be attending ICA's CyberCon conference later this week. Day 1 is a tabletop incident exercise, and then day 2 is more of a traditional conference sort of thing. Be our first time attending this one, but when we're up at the IAMU conference, a lot of the other communities had attended this before and said it was really good. So we'll see how they enjoy that. But a couple days up there this week, so it'll be good. Where's that at? Where's that? Des Moines. Just Des Moines? Yeah, Des Moines. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's easy. They can get up and back the same day. So. And finally, Zane is back again this summer from Iowa State. This year, we've got him out in the field getting handhole precision coordinates. So he'll also be noted any repairs or adjustments that might need to be needed to those as well as he's getting data. Hopefully, we'll get him through the entire town by the end of the summer. So if you see a tall, lanky kid in a bright yellow T-shirt holding a 6-foot pole, that's Zane. So that's all I got. So.
Okay, thanks, Kurt. Okay, combined electric, water, and communications action items. I need a first and second motion to approve the resolution approving a health insurance premium holiday. Discussion?
Second.
Oh. Okay, discussion.
All right, in your packet is a health insurance premium holiday resolution. It is similar to the one that we did in December. This was discussed at our joint meeting a couple of months ago, and the policy that's in there is mirroring the city's proposal to be employer only for this go around. But otherwise, it's a premium holiday, just like we did in December.
So with that, I'd like to propose a amendment to that to say employee and employer and employee, so that the employees also get that holiday.
I was surprised that, because of my understanding after we had our joint meeting, when we spoke of premium holidays, I did not hear anybody speak of how that was going to look changing. So when we spoke of that, I assumed that that's how they were going to be.
That's what I thought.
I know there had been one mention potential of it during that meeting, but I think there were many of us that pushed and said we'd like to see it say both employer and employee. So when this came through, that's where I'd like to go with it. I also did reach out to Steve Armstrong on the city council, let him know that I was going to propose that change in here, just so he was aware. And so when it gets there, then did you end up talking to Ben at all, giving him an opportunity?
I left him a message. I haven't heard back from him.
Okay.
So isn't that what we did in December?
Yeah.
So in December, it said employee and employer contributions. So
Was this just I wasn't at that meeting, so was this just an oversight, or we hadn't discussed it being both?
I think it was discussed both ways. This is the way that the city chose to proceed with it, and Don offered an amendment to that.
I don't recall, and I could be wrong, I don't recall it being discussed both ways. I always thought it was just both sides.
I don't think we,
That's what I thought.
No,
I misunderstood.
I could be wrong, and I'm not, but I guess I would support your motion.
What's the timing of this, the city council approving this?
It'll
They
be
have
next
not-
week. They have not,
They have not done
they
it,
have not. I would expect it to be on their next agenda.
so they could consider this type of amendment at that time as well.
Yeah, their packet hasn't been done. Again, if I touch base with Ben, I'll see what he's gonna do, but if they proceed with, this, then an amendment could be offered, or they could change it, to match what gets approved tonight, assuming you'll vote.
So I just want to understand the consequences of it, so I'm not opposed or.
it'll be just less funds going into the account that we already feel, the 820 fund, so which we have already been talking about, looking at ways to bring that amount down. So what this would do would, instead of just, it would stop 15% of those funds going in, where the 85% is the employer, and 15% is employee. So it would just be 50.
And I understand the math.
The
Yeah.
15, you're just saying that you want the 15% to be funded by the 820 fund.
As well, correct, yes.
And so I just want to make sure we think through, what happens if we approve the employee portion being funded and the city council doesn't? So I'm just asking that question. Yeah.
Because it could happen.
Does that mean,
We would cover, our employees would be covered, but the city employees wouldn't.
No, they'd still be covered because it's a joint fund, if my understanding is correct,
But
Chris.
if they didn't accrue, I think the question what I'm asking is, if we move ahead for both, the city decides to start with the employer, there's the 15% for their employees.
it's their fund, not our fund. We got to keep that in mind.
It's our fund, it's under their budget.
It's under their control, it's the city's fund, it's under their control.
So even if we were to approve it, would they have the right to override our decision?
I don't know. I think that's a question.
Well, so there's nothing to lose by voting yes, then, is there?
Potentially.
I mean, as far
I
as.
just want to make sure we
Yeah.
understand that there's, our actions may not have the intended consequence, I guess, is kind of what I'm trying to make sure we understand.
That we might,
Yeah,
get
that makes sense.
the employees might not, yeah.
So if they voted employee only, or employer only,
They may
then,
essentially have the ability to override us, is
Okay.
kind of what I'm getting at. And I could be wrong, I don't know.
And timing wise, because we are the first meeting in May, we wouldn't have, because our next meeting would be Memorial Day, that's the December first, to come back and have a conversation.
We have to have a quick phone call, but I would like to think that they would go ahead with, how did Steve respond?
he was not aware that, he was on the same page as we were. He was not aware that it was going to be split. He thought it was the same resolution as December.
Yeah.
So that was him understanding when we had that conversation, but he was not aware it was coming up on their agenda though either.
If we're serious about this, would it be worthwhile us contacting other city council members as well as?
I had asked him to reach out to the other ones, but I'm fine doing our due diligence on that as well.
I think if we take this action tonight, which I'm supporting the list, so I think it would be wise of us to share that we took this action so that they're not
Absolutely,
surprised
yes.
by it.
And that's why I had reached out to Steve, just
I
to make
think
sure
it-
there was that communication at minimum, at least with one member.
I think it'd be better that they hear about it from us and then hear about it from city staff.
So do you want to assign us different
You're the boss.
Oh, you take one and I'll sit down.
I got
No,
Steve
I'm
then,
teasing.
Armstrong.
I did talk to Stephanie though. Okay. So she knows that.
Stephanie's aware.
Yes.
I can get a hold of Ron, my guy.
Who?
Salty.
And I could call Melissa. Bobby?
Christina
I've got
Beach.
all
Oh, yeah, Christine. I'm calling.
I-
I'll go.
I was gonna say I can do Christine, but she's on
Yeah, that's fine. So I just said that I would, yeah, I said I would call Melissa.
No,
Josh Rabe.
Ray.
Him.
Why his name is, I'll call Josh.
We do have a public hearing scheduled for the meeting on Tuesday, the 28th, currently, so we do have another meeting planned for this month prior to June, if we need to do something. So there's already, it wouldn't be just having a meeting for this if we needed to.
Chris with the 28th work for payroll schedule.
Okay. Now, how do we do that with the roll call?
You would just announce the motion as amended and get a motion and a second on that and vote.
Okay. So we will change the resolution amended as, read that part again, John.
As a one-time health premium holiday for employee and employer contributions.
Okay,
For December, or sorry,
for June. Yeah.
June 2024 is hereby approved as a one-time health insurance premium holiday for employee and employer contributions.
Okay. All right. So with that amendment, have we already done a first and second? Okay, I need a first and second motion.
Or
So moved.
what he said. Second.
Okay. Monica?
Yes, okay, so we had, Roscoe was our first, and Southgrade was our second, correct?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. No?
It was the other, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
I was writing as I was listening. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. All right, roll call. Selgrade,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Smith, Rosga,
Yes.
Voights.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and now we move to combined electric, water, and communications informational items.
All right, for all the trustees that were there, last week was our employee appreciation event. And out of that, just want to kind of announce again, Matt Dahl was our 2023 IMU Difference Maker winner. And I think it was a good time. I think it went well. And hope to see everyone again, like more of those types of events. On Friday, IMU participated in a school career day. We had some trucks there. Kids got to see it. And Sky and I spoke a little bit to a small group of kids that might be interested in being IMU employees one day. So
Which school was that at?
it was at Irving. I also had this week had a mean finance committee meeting. We reviewed preliminary results, and it looks like mean, for the year ending March 31st is going to come right in on budget. They got some small depreciation changes for some small accounting-related changes, but operationally, they went right on budget. I mean, 0.00001% difference. So that feels good. Expectations are they'll continue that again next year, or over the next year, and likewise, that works well in our planning. I will be leaving for the mean board and committee meetings this week, Wednesday and Thursday. I will be gone for our 5/28 meeting scheduled. Right now we've got a budget amendment that's scheduled there, and Chris will take care of that. And our last, just kind of notice, we'll see how this works out, but we're, just like last year, we're anticipating from June through September to go down to one meeting per month. We'll obviously see how that goes, but, with the construction season and that, work really involving around that progress. Yep.
June 18th.
July 18th.
Oh, I might want to change that on my calendar.
Present.
I'll be the only one.
All right, and that's all I got.
All right.
At the meeting, can you talk to our cohorts that are in on this solar thing and try to get something moving forward? My belief would be that these other communities are probably a little disgruntled with things not moving forward, unless you have some great news to share with us.
Unfortunately, no. Certainly, I'm in close contact with Waverly that's sharing our same frustrations. Although there are some communities where the project's going forward, the stuff that didn't require the USDA reviews, they're happy, thrilled, they're up and going, and we're in a perpetual waiting for approval mode. So, certainly I'll touch base with our.
Yeah, because he had mentioned that the USDA was the holdup, and last minute we talked about, trying to reach out to some elected officials and seeing if they could try to talk to somebody in Washington to, yeah. He was one.
Yep, yeah, certainly, and I will get the whatever
He is the
update.
Secretary of Agriculture.
Oh. I was about those guys.
But yeah, I'll get an update then, and hopefully then I'll Friday for the weekend I'll at least give you an update if we hear anything new. We should be touching base as a group, and hopefully I'll have good news, just not counting on it.
Yeah, all righty. Okay, on to other business. I need a first and second motion to enter into closed session in accordance with Iowa Code Section 21.5, parentheses 1, parentheses I, to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation, and that individual requests a closed session. Okay, Monica?
Yes, please, Rosga.
Yes.
Poitz?
Yes.
Selgrade?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.